So today, we are reading this book for 3 days, Radically Alive Beyond Abuse. So what is abuse? Have any of you read this book? Please download it and read it. You're supposed to read 25 pages every day because we got 72 pages. And then we discuss about it. You ask questions and then we go deeper into ourselves to find out where and what is abuse and where have we been abused and where we have abused ourselves.
Kamal, I couldn't download it. The PDF I somehow wasn't. I wasn't unable.
I downloaded just to read. That was also allowed. So what were you not willing to download?
Interesting. If anybody has, can share the link or how did they do it? Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
You
today is the 1st June 2022, and we are reading, we are exploring, we are having fun with, we are diving deep into ourselves to find or to explore or to recognize what abuse is actually. Everywhere all those hackles come up and all those it's wrong and it shouldn't be done and all that fuck. What if there was another reality? What if all those were lies that we heard about? And everything that doesn't allow us to be present and aware and choose every now moment as to how we want to live our lives, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all night, short, boys and beyonds. Hi, Manisha. Hi, Ritu.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. So I was reading this and this first few lines caught me. All the DJCCs and all the PES juniors that you have about abuse. What abuse is and how I have been abused. I've never been abused. Who's abused? Who says, what is abuse actually? Would you be willing to revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy and everything and be present here to get aware of where we are, how we choose to be in every now moment. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, online shots, boys, POVADs, and beyonds. So you all know that the clearing statement has little changed. It has not changed, it's added. POVAD's been added to it. What is POVADs? I'm sure you all know, but I'd like to tell you again. It's the defending and avoiding that we do. PO points of views that we have about and that we do use about defending and avoiding. So I'd like to read some little portion and then you ask me questions, please. Abuse by its very nature covers a broad territory. It happens to us and it happens within us and perpetuates itself throughout all the nooks and corners of our experiences. It shows up in a way you think, talk, act, and don't act. Abuse is not only sexually abused, you are abused physically, psychologically, and monetarily. And let's explore what else. Aggressive people are always trying to prove that they have something to offer. And you have to take it. Are you being aggressive? It's called impelling. When people impel their point of view, that's abuse too. And what do? You withdraw.
Which page number? I have downloaded sample.
It's just in the beginning, I think 5%. Second,
Okay.
third page. Just in the
Okay.
beginning.
Where it's written abuse knows no boundaries.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's where it is. It shows up in ways you think, talk, act, and don't act. It shows up in your finances, your capacity for earning money, the kinds of jobs or work you choose. It shows up in every relationship you have, from the neighbor down the street, the friends you keep, or the partner you commit to or don't commit to. It shows up in your health, the way your body looks and functions, the food you eat. It doesn't matter where you see your experience in landing on the continuum of abuse. The important thing is to acknowledge and challenge these experiences. The important thing is to recognize, acknowledge, and challenge these experiences. We just say it's abuse. Mostly abuse is sexually abused. We don't even look into any other area or find out where we are abusing ourselves and others and where others are abusing and themselves and others. Getting aware, that's what access is all about. It's about knowing you.
Kamali, I think it's mostly is emotional abuse.
Mostly is?
Emotional.
Everything is emotional.
Yeah.
Everything is emotional because that's how we function. That's how we've been taught to function. We've never been taught to function from perceiving, knowing, being, and receiving. We've always been taught to function from thought, feeling, and emotion. If you don't do this, I will not feel good. Mama will be angry. Papa won't like it. Hi, Geeta. We've grown up. People impelling their points of views on us. And it shows up in your health, the way your body looks and functions, and food you eat. And I could go on. It doesn't matter where you see your experiences landing on the continuum of abuse. The important thing is to acknowledge and challenge these experiences. How do you challenge experiences? By asking questions. Not going into definitions or not defining or not concluding. You ask a question. Simplest questions are more powerful. What is this? What can we do about this? Can we change it? How can I change it? So always be in question. Never, ever, ever, never conclude. Start to look at what your reality is. Your reality with money, your reality with health, your reality with body. We abuse ourselves in every way. We're not kind to ourselves. How many of you have refused to make happiness a priority?
Could you
Just
repeat that? Happiness what?
a priority. I'll be happy no matter what. I am choosing me no matter what. I'm creating for me and for ease of me what works for me no matter what. Most of us keep looking for what is impossible rather than what is possible. We live in a no-choice universe rather than choice. What choice do I have here? What can I choose here to brighten up, to lighten up my world? We keep looking for answers instead of questions. Answer is only one. It solidifies it. It contracts you. You cannot look beyond it. Nothing can, come into that your world that doesn't match that answer. But if you're looking for an question, when you ask a question, the whole universe opens up. The doors open up to what else is possible. And we keep looking up what we have to give up, what we have to shed, what we have to, where we have to choose less. We make ourselves small instead of what else is possible, what will contribute, and where can I contribute? Mutual law of creation. We are looking for always the reason and the value for everything. But you get to choose. Which feels happy? Happy or sad? Come on, tell me. Does happy feel happy or sad feel happy? You would choose sad for what reason?
Yeah.
You would choose anger for what reason? You will choose fight for what reason? Yes, Harkizu, thank you. Everywhere you're saying, I will live when. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? When I have this, when this will happen, when I'll have $1 million, when my children will get married and have children. What about living today, starting now? And your priority is happiness and consciousness. If you're conscious, you're happy because you're aware. You would choose what works for you. What if you made your priority living every moment in total celebration? Total celebration. These last 3 days were total celebration. And I am so, so grateful that I could choose it.
Totally agree with you, Kanwal. That's how I got to meet you. Totally celebrating. These 3 days were like missing out today.
Exactly. 3 days were awesome.
Yes, yes, totally.
Every moment of every day, last 3 days was good. I don't know. I don't have words to say what they were. Meeting
Yes,
close to 300 people,
yes.
putting names to their faces and bodies to their faces. It was so much of fun.
Yes, totally.
Because of this COVID, we couldn't meet. So where was I reading? Maybe you lived through early childhood abuse like the trauma and horror that I did. Or maybe your parents divorced when you were young and you never saw your dad or mom again. Maybe your parents fought about money and today you struggle to make a living. Whatever the range of or breadth of it, it's all welcome here. We live in an inclusive universe. So I would suggest to all of you, please, anything that triggers, ask a question. Anything that comes up, any button gets pressed. Nothing is small, nothing is little, nothing is irrelevant, nothing is unimportant. If it triggered, it's very, very important. Please trust your knowing and ask. Breathe out and into freedom. I just loved this word. Breathe out and into freedom. What would it be like for you to live beyond your current experiences? What dream do you hold in your heart? What whispers of consciousness do you hear? So we will stop here till you ask a question. There are 2 people waiting. Hanji. So what is abuse to all of you? What comes up when you think of abuse? Okay,
It can be
please,
it
I
can be
suggest
mental.
1 minute. Sorry, I'll come back to you. I suggest all of you who have not listened to the Abuse Hold CD by Gary Douglas. Please, please purchase it and listen to it. Only listening to it for 30 days minimum would shift and change your reality way beyond you can even imagine. In the beginning, when I used to listen to it, I couldn't hear a word. I didn't understand a word. And now I get clarity of what he's saying. It was like this gibberish in the beginning. So Gary always says that you have to listen to it at least minimum 30 times if you want any change in your life.
Kanwal, when you open to receiving na, तो word सुनते हैं आपको. In the first foundation, it was just a gibberish for me. Guaranteed. I was sleeping. Second was okay, and now this COP was like I could hear each and every word, whatever he was saying.
Yeah.
It was so very clear, so clear.
Really,
it was
so
just
much fun.
So when you're ready to receive.
When you're ready to receive. You get it when you get it.
Yeah.
So this book will allow you.
Kanwal, there is some Gitu who wants to enter, waiting to be let in.
I just clicked on her.
Okay. I just heard the message. So
Thank you so much. Can you tell her to click again so that I can?
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. I figure that this book allows you to reach out of your body and recognize who you are. We think we are just this body. We hold every experience and everything, so make it so solid and significant in our body that it shows up in making it different kind of disease, because we are dis-ease. And Gary also once said that all those who have that adrenal pump all the time and they think they're wrong, they're jittery, they're like, aha, and they're like scared, or not scared, actually intense and all. That's they make themselves wrong for that. He says most people who are abused are moving around like that. Bodies have that adrenal pump under these circumstances. You're always prepared for what next. अब क्या होगा? अब यहाँ जाएंगे तो ये क्या? अब इसने क्या कह दिया? ये क्या कहेगा? You're always looking ahead. You're always choosing, seeing difficulties approaching you, even when they are not there. But what if it was, hi Gitu, what if it was prepared? What if this was prepared you not to hurt you, but to what occurs next? Rather than making it wrong, what if that was an information for you to sort out, to be aware of what's coming? You are such magical sponges. You have antennas, you pick up things, even if they are not yours. You are aware of people next to you all the time. And you distract yourself with that.
Yes, Kamal, you very clearly you perceive pain. You see
Yeah.
that now. It's just like you have a feeling like when you cross even. This is this. Now you start getting more conscious and
More aware.
more aware.
And we also, when we see this, when we see things like this, we turn off our sexual energy. And abuse is not personal, guys. It's somebody's sexual point of view that they function from. They think it's sexually empowering to them because they're not getting it in their houses or while growing up. And we make it so vital. What have you made so vital, valuable, real of the correctness of abuse? Because everybody who has been abused believes somewhere, कहीं मैंने पिछले जन्म में कुछ किया होगा. I deserve it. What did I do wrong to deserve this? No, 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 never. You never deserve anything. You only deserve to be happy. Did you receive it? Yes. There could be a million reasons for receiving it. Because you were brilliant. Because you were saving somebody. Because you were the prey. You did not see your brilliance. And people always catch those people who are strong and brilliant to abuse. So Gary says, be brilliantly, blisteringly brilliant, uncontrollable beings that you truly be. If you're uncontrollable and you know what's going on and you're present, will anybody ever be able to abuse you?
I think that way I feel people keep trying, whether you are controlled or not, but people do keep trying, A lot of people have that attitude.
People do keep trying because you are a prey. They know they will catch you. But if you are strong, brilliant, and unstoppable, people can't catch you. People don't dare do that. You walk into the world like you own the world. Those people never get abused. People who go like, आज कुछ हो जाएगा, ये अंधेरा है, ऐसे. You're only inviting that because your point of view creates your reality. Were you told you were always right when you were growing up? Were you empowered to tell you that you can't do anything wrong?
No.
So you bought that shit. You talk a lot. You laugh loud. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this.
You ask so many questions.
You ask so many questions.
Keep quiet.
Why can't you sit in the corner and do your studies?
Yeah.
Every should that has been delivered to you as a child or any time, even now, is an abuse, guys. We are abused monetarily. We can't afford it. तुझे तो सब कुछ चाहिए. अपने आप को क्या समझती है?
My sister used to say, बड़े वाली मेरा सिर दुखा देती, इतने क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे.
Yeah. Gary says, I was told when I was growing up that you have a champagne taste with the beer bottle budget. And I said, I'll fucking let you know. I want champagne of the best quality. आपके साथ क्या हुआ growing up? What
I can
happened to
say,
you? Yes.
I can say one thing. And my parents were very encouraging. In fact, my father wanted us to be bold and not to take nonsense from people, you know. And I was like that. If people tried to bully me, I would gently give it back to them, you know. But I've done it gently. I warned them that whatever you're doing is wrong. But people think that since I'm gentle, you can take me for granted, which they could not.
So be a bulldozer.
Huh?
Be a bulldozer. Who stops you from being a bulldozer? Who said you have to be sweet, and then finally they will get it, and then they
never
will
got it. They
don't get it, guys. They don't get it because you don't get it. You think being sweet, being kind, being docile, being is right, and everything will turn out right when they see that.
No. If you're docile, then they will take you for granted, and they will not. Nobody cares about you. You know.
Yeah.
They care
So
too much about you.
Be a bitch. Why not? Bitches get everything they want. You would not choose that for what reason? I'm a bitch. Everywhere we have given names and defined things which are and make ourselves not choose that. For what reason would you be willing to destroy an uncreated order? You have to get to a space where you know yourself, where you know the infinite being that you are, where you know you're unstoppable, where you know you're strong enough, and nobody, whatever anybody says or does, you buy into. You don't buy into that.
That's what created the problem in my in-laws house, because
No, it doesn't get a problem. It doesn't get. That's your point of view. अगर मैं सोचती हूँ कि ये ही ऐसे, because you see, Parminder, we have been brought up like that. And it is so entrained and ingrained what a woman should be. And we try to fit into that for all our life, or I should say, lifetime after lifetime.
I was very different, Kamal. I don't know whether you've known me that way. I was always, maybe I felt, people did feel that I create problems, because when I questioned the way I was being treated, so I did not like it, and I was open about it. And I
So
said,
is that you create problems, or you want to live your life, you are unstoppable,
Exactly.
and you want to live your life the way you, can I say?
Exactly. That is what I wanted. I wanted my freedom.
And so where are you making that wrong?
No, I'm not saying
Being
it's wrong.
you and being unstoppable and living your life the way you want to live, this reality makes it wrong. Why you?
I have done what I have done. No, I'm not saying it's wrong. I've done what I wanted to. I've been bindas about a lot of things. And it's not that. Yes, in between, a lot of problems did come up, but then ultimately I had to fight it out. And even now, there's certain things that I learned what was happening, which I had no idea. But so, of course, since I'm practicing Buddhism, I wanted the truth to be out, and I got it. And then I'm taking action. I speak up a lot. It's not that I don't. And nobody can give me bullshit like that. They do it, they get it right from the beginning. But except that I was respectful, I was gentle, but I would tell it on their faces. I'm very frank and bold. You know, I don't care.
So we have another, I suggest something. Would you want me to suggest something?
Yes, definitely.
You know, we all have a power to manipulate. And everywhere we made a manipulation wrong, would you be all willing to let that go, please? What if you could get your work? What if everything could work to your advantage if you could manipulate your way through? That's an art.
Yeah, and that is something which I didn't know, manipulation. But
We
because I
all
was
didn't know,
honest,
darling. We all didn't know. We're just learning how to get away. We
so
knew
but
it like सीधी उंगली से घी नहीं निकता तो टेढ़ी कर लो. But we didn't know कि टेढ़ी करने से क्या, what are the other tools that are required.
Kamal,
So
for me, it
now we
was
are learning.
my honesty has worked a lot. So people have lost out because of my honesty. And whatever you may say, that honesty and boldness was there. And I would speak out whatever I felt was wrong. And my reaction was also like that. So initially people tried, but they could
So
not
I have
stand.
another question. I have another question for you. Did you get everything that you wanted?
Yes, a lot. Whatever I want, it may take
Do
time.
you
Even
have
if
a
I
very
have,
beautiful relationship?
no, not at all.
Did you want a beautiful relationship or not?
Yes, I did, but it
So
was
you
never
did
there.
lose on your relationship, right?
Yeah, it is. It has never been like
So
that
what if
because
what I'm talking about is not getting your way out, knowing how to manipulate, getting people eating from your palm. This doesn't equal I got what I want, but I lost so much. It's not on the same platform. There's a whole lot of abuse that goes on in relationship. They may say, I
exactly.
love you to death, but you're a pile of shit. Is that on the equal platform?
No, it is
I
not
only
because
judge you because I love you. Is that on an equal platform?
no,
Judgment is never love.
and I don't care about anyone judging because I've just if you try it, you get it back from me now. I mean, I do it, but I do make sure
Okay,
that
if
even
that
if it's
works for you, go ahead. If that works for you, it doesn't work for me. I like to have everybody, I know where I stand and I can get my way out without making people angry, without having fights, without confronting, without that's what I learned from Access. So I was like you exactly. सच
I
पांच
know
क्या सच बता दो ये कर दो वो कर दो. But I lost a lot in that. Thanks to Access that I learned how to manipulate, how to get my way done, how to choose to work the way that function that creates for me a greater world.
no, with me it was they were all jealous. That was the
No,
biggest problem.
those are all definitions. Nobody
No,
is
no, no.
jealous of anybody, and everybody is jealous of everybody. What difference should that make to you? Interesting,
No,
they're jealous.
nothing. It didn't. I was very blunt when even when things were. I mean, I was sort of they were trying to bully. I was being bullied, but I did not let. I just openly spoke up about things.
That worked for you. Fine, good.
No, even if it didn't work to an extent, work in the sense that yes, I knew that you have to speak up, otherwise you are going to be treated like shit. Which I
So
didn't like.
that's an interesting point of view. Nobody can
Yeah.
keep, you don't have to speak to be treated badly or goodly.
So
What
that's
if
what
you
I did. How I mean, how could? But they are getting it back.
All right. Okay. So we are not here to prove each other right, but we have beautiful tools. She's new to Access, guys. So we have a lot of different tools. If anybody wants to add to this? You have got to see where things are being done at you. They don't have anything to do with you. It's not personal. People do what they do because they do. It's just their choice. We buy it, saying it that it's done to me. They are what they are. And rather than changing them, it's we have beautiful tools here where you can choose what works for you. Everybody wants to show that they're dynamic, they're strong. And then they abuse of different kind. What if you didn't have it? What if you knew you were dynamic and strong and you didn't have to prove it? Would that make a different world? We don't see relationships that empower you, that value you, that appreciate you. Would be a different world, right? What if we started being that? What if we chose in every now moment to empower people, to see the goodness in them? That is why Access is finding different ways, trying to find different ways to choose to change what's not working. For billions of lifetimes, we have done the same thing. It doesn't work. This reality doesn't work. You don't have to give it back. You have to make a choice. I am not taking this abuse ever again. We go, if I love them, then they will be fine. If I give up parts and pieces of me, they will be fine. People finally will realize and change. No, they will not
They don't change. They never change. Okay. So
Yeah.
you don't have to.
So you forget that. No, that's who they are. Why would you want to change them? But the whole life to be a struggle, what for? Bye-bye. Am I making any sense, guys?
Loads.
Yes.
Everybody seems to be sleepy here. Morning.
Loads of sense. Loads of sense.
Sense.
Yeah. Learn the art of intimidation. How can I intimidate people? To get what I want. Every way you think intimidation is wrong, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? How much of our life is dedicated to defending and avoiding against being aware of what is going on and what do I need to do and what do I need to create? What do I need to choose?
Megaton.
Yes, Ranjana, do you have something to say, darling?
So I want to know that, like, while growing up, we were taught to mend the broken pieces. So now is it changing? Like whatever is not right.
I have a question for you. Have you been able to mend people? How old are you?
I'm 60.
So 60 years, you were told that you are here to mend people. Have you been able to mend them? So it doesn't work. Isn't it silly not to trust you? मैंने ये किया, ये काम नहीं हुआ. So what is that calm telling me? Please forget it. You won't do it. This is not change. You can't change this. Choose something else. But hum, like idiots, we keep choosing the same thing. अब इसको फिर change कर दूं, अब इसको फिर change. ऐसे कर लूं, वैसे कर लूं. हम कहते हैं manipulate नहीं करते, पर हम हर जगह manipulate करते हैं. What if you just left it and trusted yourself? This is not done. I don't want to do that. What else is possible? We try to dedicate our lives to what impossible rather than what else is possible here. So I just read He said that she has been intimidated. You allowed it, darling. You would allow people to intimidate you for what reason? only those who get intimidated, people try to intimidate. Try intimidating me. What have you bought into that makes you believe that the other person is greater than you? Rather than defending and avoiding. All the points of views I'm defending and avoiding, that keeping this in existence, destroy and uncreate it all. It doesn't work. Bye-bye. We distract ourselves for our entire life blaming others for what they did, rather than choosing what works for you. And choosing fighting or confronting doesn't work for you guys. Never works. Does it work when somebody confronts you, and even if you've done wrong, you would say, no, I did it because this one, because that. Will you ever agree, yes, I'm wrong? And we have a beautiful tool in Access. I'm wrong, you're right. You want to end a fight? That's a beautiful tool to use. You always have to make a choice.
But if you're not wrong, then why would you say that I'm wrong and you're right?
Okay. You want to be right or free?
Right or?
Free. You want to have you or be right?
No, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I feel if you're right, you're right.
So you will fuck up a relationship. You'll fuck up your health. You'll fuck up your monetary reality. You'll fuck up your life to prove yourself right. I wouldn't. If that person wants to feel, only person that person wants to feel says, I'm wrong. Okay, darling, I'm wrong. You're right. उसने यही सुनना था, मैंने बता दिया. उसके बाद मैं 200 काम मुझसे करवा सकती हूँ. Now what is? And I can be free.
That is manipulation.
Free of all the time of. Does that work? It gives you disease. I fucking don't care if the whole world thinks I'm wrong. This is where you really have to make a choice with your own awareness. Like, what do you want to create your life as? You want to create your life as fucking pain, anxiety, tension, or fun? These are all emotional POVADs, points of views we avoid and we defend. We will choose that for what reason? To fuck up our lives. We've done that all our lives. To fuck up our lives, we choose things and make ourselves right, and then we go all our life trying to prove we are right. Okay, I'm wrong. One finished. I'm wrong, darling. You're right. Oh, I never thought of it like that. Oh, that's your point of view. Interesting. My maid is standing there to find me what I should eat. What are you going to make for me? आज क्या बनाना है? कुछ बना दो जो तुम्हारा दिल करता है. So, am I making any sense, Parminder?
Yes, you are.
सारी जिंदगी राइट होने में हम लड़ाई कर देते हैं. और राइट क्या है? वो मेरा सोच है, उसका भी सोच है. Can I honor that soch? If I want that relationship to work, can I honor that other person having a point of view also? Interesting point of view, we have a tool. Interesting point of view, you have that point of view. Interesting point of view, I have that point of view. It takes you out of any confrontation, any fight. I would fight for what reason? I have come on the planet to have joy, fun, enjoy myself, do my karidar to the best of my ability, and then go where I have to go. I will waste all that time to trouble me, to hurt me, to fuck myself up. For what reason?
By just saying you are right, you get out of it, you're free and you're happy.
You're happy. You will not choose happiness for what reason? Thank you, Bindu. How many emotional heat pads are you keeping in place in order to make sure you don't have something more? ये सारी कहानियां स्टोरीज हम दिमाग में इतनी रखती हैं कि और कुछ हमें मिले ही ना, और दुनिया में तो कितना कुछ और है. Ask me, I'm at the tip of the iceberg, but I'm finding there is so much more that I didn't even know before access, that I can choose. If I have no point of view, I can choose me. I can go beyond from where I am if I'm not stuck in my emotional connection and association and my points of views and my belief systems and my blocks and my limitations that I've locked up in my body for millions, for trillions of years. And if you just remove avoidance and resistance to anything, oh, ये मुझे नहीं अच्छा लग रहा, अब मुझे जरूरी वॉइस करना है, अच्छा उसको अच्छा लग रहा है, fine. If the emotions are not there, there is no issue. Any issue becomes no count. We have been giving so much of energy, so much of watering, nurturing to our hurts that they have grown into ulcers. I would hurt myself for what reason? So we were talking about abuse. Anybody read this?
Yes, I have read.
So anything you underlined, Manisha?
No, not underlined. I have downloaded sample and I have read that.
So in that sample, did you find anything that was interesting?
Yes, just a minute.
There's one more thing. This book will show you how, I'm waiting, Manisha, you find out and let me know. This book will show you how to break free of something I call the invisible cage of abuse. ये अपना ही केज है, हमने जो इनविजिबल है हमने क्रिएट किया हुआ है, उसको कहानी बना दी हुई है, उसको इतनी बड़ा बढ़ा चढ़ा दिया हुआ है कि हम खुद ही उसके अंदर अब फंसे हुए. इनविजिबल केज ऑफ अब्यूज.
Yes, sir. Sample में 41% पे है. Can I read?
हाँ, please do.
I'm breaking out and into freedom. What would it be like for you to live beyond your current experience? What dreams do you hold in your heart? What whispering of consciousness do you hear? ये मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा.
Isn't that beautiful? It will open you to new ideas about what's possible and give you concepts you can engage with at any place you find yourself anytime. And it doesn't matter whether you have a history of past abuse or not, because these principles and tips will work for anyone in any area of your life. On the other hand, if you do have an abusive past, it may well be a lifeline. If you find that some of these concepts and the language I use is new to you, that's a good thing. Come out of your comfort zone. It's a good thing. I use it. No, it's not a typo, but a specific way of saying something that's rooted in certain modalities I use. Because even though I am a licensed psychotherapist, I have also been trained and certified in many kinds of alternative healing therapies. So sometimes my choice of word comes from those. If you want to learn more, please visit my website. Then there are testimonials that you must read, please. And this book is dedicated to you, the reader. Thank you for choosing a new possibility for you. Thank you for choosing to get free of your past. Past holds us and creates the same present and the same future. You would choose that for what reason? You want, your being is asking to be free, to go beyond, to choose what, go to the other realm beyond this, where you don't even know, unknown. But then you hold yourself back because you want to be in your comfort zone. We are avoiding what we are asking for. We are asking for a greater life, but we are holding ourselves back with our point of views. We are asking for oneness. We are avoiding oneness while asking for it too. And oneness is a space of total receiving, in communion with every molecule on the planet. Thank you for knowing that no matter what your tragedy, no matter what your trauma, no matter what your limitation may be or have been, you are a powerful and potent creator of magnitude, and you can always choose beyond your circumstances. Everywhere you thought, this is it, I can't get out of it, you nurtured it, you kept telling yourself the story again and again. Would you now please acknowledge you are an infinite being and you can choose anything that you want? You can go beyond where you are. You're all warmly invited. If you are anything like me, you may at one time or many times fallen ill to the dis-ease of depression, illness, lack, loneliness. I found these tools and words presented in this book significantly aided me in my recovery to reclaim the fullest and freest expression of me. I attempted simple and pragmatic here. I hope you find them useful to you as well. I know with trauma and drama, trauma and abuse, things aren't so simple and overwhelm is prominent. May you find peace and even solace, knowing that as long as you never give up, never give in, never quit, these words can work for you too. May you be inspired and may your trauma transform to radically alive beyond abuse. I think it's time. And would you be willing to read some, please? At least 33%. We are at 10% now, so that you can ask me questions. Anything that triggers, anything that, I hope this was contributive.
Yes, Kamal, a lot.
Thank you,
Yes, Kamal.
Ranjana.
Can I have the link of the book?
Okay, we'll put it in the group.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kamal. Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you, darling.
call was a
Anyone
bit-
has any question?
Kamal, 25% पे बड़ा अच्छा दिया है ना, बस we'll read it from 26 onward. What is fun for you? What lights you up? How might your life be different if you created your life for you? What would you choose for you when you are not focused on? Yeah, it's end at 25 का ना, बड़ा अच्छा है.
Beautiful. Read it as much as you can. I think this is a 72 pages book. It should, once you hold it in your hand and you love reading, you'll go through it in no time.
What does it get any better than this? Yeah.
And it's free. This book is free, Kindle free on line, and we'll send you the link. Please download it.
पर कमल फ्री मेरे से हुई नहीं है, but I had to pay 449. हुई नहीं मेरे से download.
अच्छा चलो हम डाल देते हैं लिंक्स कोई भी जो मिलेगा तो 440 is also not very expensive.
Small, yeah, it's a small book.
Any questions before we part?
Where can you buy it from?
Amazon.
Amazon.
We'll send the link in the group. Are you in Fun Aging group?
Me?
Huh?
I'm in your group only.
Not here. Are you in a Fun Aging group that I have WhatsApp?
No.
So would you like me to add you there?
Okay.
All right. So I'll add you there and then write the link so that you can click on it and get the book.
I'd rather buy it and then read it.
Yeah, that too is good. But we are only here for 3 days reading this book. But you want to wait for it to read later, that's also fine for Bible.
Oh, I'm going to be here, but tomorrow I'm not. Friday I'll join. Otherwise, I can keep it.
Yeah, you can. Yes, whatever works for you, darling. So everything that you have been avoiding and defending, the capacities and the abilities you have to perceive, know, be, and receive. Would you please destroy and uncreate? Own and acknowledge that you can perceive, know, be, and receive. You are an infinite being. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate all that? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all night short, boys, POVADs, and beyonds. I was going to tell her this is a clearing. Parvinder, you're there. I thought you left. So this, what I say at the end is a clearing statement, which is like a magic wand. Because when I say something to you, or you say something to me or anybody else, our head starts to decipher that and tear and cut apart. So when we use this clearing statement, it's like the head doesn't understand. What is she saying? What did she say? So it passes and clears that point. You will, if you use this clearing statement again and again in every area of your life, you will find that it doesn't have any relevance anymore. Your point of view. I'm just going to close the recording.